It's showtime.
Welcome into the SEC Pub.
Welcome in. It's the SEC Pub. I am Dale. We are joined today by Chili Will. What's up, man?
Good, bro. How you doing today?
All good, all good. And we got the villain in the building. What's up, man?
What's happening tonight?
All good, man. Let's talk some college football. We're gonna have kind of a down week, I think, as far as games are concerned. But
imagine that.
You know, we'll get through it. We'll get through it. It's still football, right? I'm watching the Stanford game right now. That's been pretty interesting, and then the Nebraska game on Fox has been pretty good too. So,
Nebraska's on right now?
Yeah, on Fox.
Is it the game against Illinois?
Yes. It's a close game going back and forth.
It's a good matchup of 24 and 22, I believe.
Go Tigers! That's right, Bobby.
More importantly, you said go. Who said go Tigers?
Bobby.
Oh,
that's right.
Gross.
That's right.
Ugh.
Hey, listen, man. Don't be jealous of my team.
Why would I be jealous of your team?
Hey,
your team sucks.
Calm down, US. Calm down, USEC fans. There's only one undefeated team here today. I get it. Just calm down.
Why don't you play a real schedule?
That's a fair burn.
That's right. You don't
over there with a Notre Dame ass schedule.
Hey, it gets tough. Don't worry. Hey, when we talk about Ohio State, which is probably going to be first, I'd assume, so we can get to the SEC stuff, the main event last. We got some tough opponents coming up. Don't you worry about it.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Okay. Well, let's get started with some news. I saw that another Georgia Bulldog football player got arrested for reckless driving.
Must be Friday.
Georgia's had at least 25 arrests or citations for speeding, reckless driving, or racing since the fatal crash back in 2003.
Yeah, that's because since 2003, they basically started trying to steal all our Florida boys. That's who's doing all that shit.
They like to do everything fast in Florida.
Yeah, including Chase Rabbits. We talked about
Chase Rabbits.
Sounds like Georgia's turned into the college football version of the Bengals. The Bengals had a ton of arrests back in the early 2000s.
Like the perfect years. The perfect years were nuts.
Yes.
It was bad. And then you know what? I almost kind of, I'm not going to say I feel bad for it, but the stuff that Pac-Man was getting arrested for seemed petty as fuck.
Right.
Like it was ridiculous because like the stuff in his early career, yeah, you get that, but the later stuff, he was acting up at the casino. He really wasn't doing anything. He was drinking and he was trying to leave. He wanted to leave, and they stopped him while he was trying to leave. It was all. I love Batman. He's
whenever you see the he was trying to leave situation, there's a whole bunch of shit that happened before that.
Right. Maybe
every time. Shit. There's no way he just got drunk and was like, you know what, I'm just gonna head out, and then they gave him a problem. No, he probably did a bunch of ridiculous shit, and then
me personally, I'm just one of those guys that really like Pac-Man. He has.
I like Pac-Man too. Especially, I like what he's doing now. Have you seen him? He's on Pat McAfee all the time. So
did you see? He took Chris Henry's son under his wing.
He did. So that's something for everybody who liked to judge Pac-Man Jones and everything. After his close teammate friend Chris Henry died by suicide, he raised his kid.
Yeah.
So that's
why I said you could say what you want about Pac-Man, and people have opinions on him, whatever. But I think he was a great cornerback for one, and two, I think he's an all-around great person and a good man.
Yeah, he a real one. Great corner and good corner, yes.
He was a great corner on bad teams.
Have y'all seen that Amazon released a docuseries following LSU, the top earning athletes from LSU? It's going to include
It's gonna be all
gymnasts.
guys before the NIL. It's gonna be all guys before the NIL.
No guys. Olivia
Ooh.
Dunn, the gymnast, Angel Reese, and Flage Johnson. I'm sorry, they do follow Daniels as well as a track athlete, Aaliyah Armstrong. So it's going to follow them to talk about their NIL stuff that they were involved in that year, and also their college careers, and what they did in school. So
I already seen a clip of Bayou Barbie crying, like I guess they were pressing her or something.
What?
Yeah, I saw Bayou Barbie. She was like, I don't want to go through this anymore.
Okay.
It's tough.
But yeah, that's another reason to come to
bed.
LSU. You become an actual star.
I guess. The real reason you go to LSU is to get paid.
You become a star. Some people want to become stars too, Will.
And go to Bama.
We're podcasting because we want to be stars.
Go to Bama or Ohio State.
I appreciate that.
Apparently not, because I don't see them doing a docuseries on
right,
Bama,
because it's
Ohio
about money.
State
It's not really about the star. It's about the money.
No, we got the names.
Hey, look,
those are all names that you know.
Flau'jae and Barbie, definitely.
Jaden Daniels, Olivia Dunn. She's actually doing commercials for like this freaking yoga pants thing that's all on TV, man.
But let's be honest, Jaden Daniels has been a thing for about 8 months.
Hey, whatever it is, he's a star. Come to LSU, be a star. That's it. That's the pitch.
Yes, but not a good athlete. We're just waiting. Just a star.
Yeah, we're waiting. We're waiting for it. We're waiting for it to translate to the field.
Just don't come if you're a quarterback, is all.
He's still in his coming of age era. Give him a break for now.
Who? Oh, LSU.
Yeah,
I can see that.
So there are talks between Clemson, Florida State, and the ACC. They're trying to come up with a deal, pretty much, that will give those schools, or maybe all the schools in the ACC, a greater percentage of the revenue share, and based on the valuation of the TV revenue and all that kind of stuff. And so they're doing this to kind of appease them, because they got the lawsuit going on to leave the conference. So if they come up with this deal, they're going to drop this lawsuit and stay with the conference.
I wish Took and Coach were here for this part. So way back when the NIL conversation came up, my very first podcast was an NIL conversation. What I had once said and still truly believe was I always liked this idea. I wanted NIL, the player deserved money. But I also knew from the word go that every person like myself who was saying pay the players, the unforeseen consequence of that was always going to be, yeah, that's going to be out of your pocket, fan, and not everybody. Because I've heard something that they're trying to basically put a player tax on tickets to help get the players.
Yeah.
Players.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea, because listen, when there's an NIL battle, we want our team to win. And to win, it costs money. Now,
yeah, but when we said all this NIL shit at the beginning, it was, yeah, NCAA, you should pay them because they're making you money. And of course, NCAA, the absolute dog shit league that it is, decided to take the money from the people, of course, instead of themselves.
And also making the universities pay.
Which is still very much us.
Yeah.
The revenue sharing is going to be huge, I think, for the athletes.
It is, but What's the percentage? I want to know the percentage. What's the percentage going to be?
I've
heard different numbers.
It is going to vary from school to school. So it's going to be the haves and the have-nots, which is how college football is right now. It's always been the haves and the have-nots. That's never going to change.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, the boosters fund everything. Rich people fund the world. That's
the NIL was supposed to be the way to create parity. If they're gonna never cap it, then you're not gonna be able to do that.
Well, the only way they're going to cap it is from federal legislation, which ain't happening. Because they don't want that smoke.
Which is why we need to demolish the NCAA and just go to conferences and fuck them.
Well, yes, I agree with that. NCAA serves no purpose for college football.
Literally none.
None. So yeah, I'm with that. What's up, Coach? How you doing,
What's up,
man?
fellas? Finding you all.
All right.
Good.
Just on time for the topic of Manning will start for Texas.
Okay.
It's funny too, because of course he lit it up throwing, but the play that made everybody be like, "Yo, he's got to stay out there," was a 67-yard run by a Manning. So, yeah. But no, he can't play. You just play him in packages or bring him in here and there. But do we really think that he came in and like? Do we think Ewers couldn't have made those plays? Is that what maybe not the running play? That's for sure. But
remember who they played though.
Not the running play. I don't believe that would have been his bag.
No,
but
he probably would have just threw a touchdown though.
Well, right.
Yeah. I think before he got hurt, he was like 12 for 14 or something like that.
Yeah.
So he was systematically tearing them apart.
What was the injury? What did he get?
You know what? It was an oblique injury.
Yeah.
Tough to throw with those.
I guess it'd be better than what we thought it was going to be. We thought it was a rib at first.
Yeah. I wasn't impressed with Arch in high school. He could never.
See, I only watched one game of him in high school. Like I, kind of streamed it or whatever. And yeah, I thought it was like overblown. They played some team in another team in New Orleans or whatever. And I thought he was kind of overhyped. But I mean, look, what I've seen at Texas, he's been fine. So I got nothing bad to say about Arch.
So I've heard that. I've heard that same sentiment, but you got to put in perspective who his teammates were. Goes back to what we talked about probably Monday night. All the Alabama quarterbacks and how great they look in college. Right. And they get to the next level and they look very suspect. It all depends on who who you're throwing and who's blocking for you. Yeah. The one thing I do like about Arch is he's got some spin on the rock.
Okay.
He obviously, I think, just by nature and who he is going to have the IQ there. Now I think he just needs to get the experience, working with Sark and get him, to where he needs to be. My biggest thing with Ewers, brother, injury prone. He's giving me some Joe Burrow vibes. He's been hurt every season he's played.
Dang, coach.
So the question that I was going to ask you, Coach, though, is because I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you've said it in the past, is that you feel like Ewers might have some.
Sorry.
Yes.
You're good. That Ewers might have some composure problems when it comes to big games. Who do you think would have the better composure in these bigger games between Ewers and Manning? Because Manning doesn't have Ewers right now.
Yeah, I think it'll be Ewers because of experience. But there's some valuable time he's getting in now.
Yeah, so yeah. I know that's not the same Michigan team from last year, but this was still a high-ranked Michigan team that Texas went against at their home stadium. Ewers looked plenty composed. I don't feel like his composure is an issue anymore, personally.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it's been, a lot of reports is he's a captain of the team. They know that's his team. So that's gone along with, with the coaching staff and the head coach coaching him up and getting him to that point. But he's got to work on that durability, man. He just dinged up really easily. Because a matter of fact, if I remember correctly, I think 2 out of the 3 years Duncanville put him out of the playoffs, and that's because they beat him up pretty bad.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, he keep getting injured. We won't talk about Burrow at all.
Hey,
Yeah,
let's talk about
Yeah.
Burrow.
Don't worry. We're gonna
yeah,
stop.
we will. We can talk about how good he was in college.
So Dale, then the
Got
question
one
just
Super
has
Bowl run.
the question just has to ask you, what are you doing on Monday? You rooting for the Burrow man, or you rooting for the Daniels man?
Ha! Love
Oh,
it.
Ooh,
Hope you
where's your
suffer.
loyalty lie?
Hope you suffer.
wow.
The
Make sure he's on
champion
the
of the
show. Make
Heisman
sure he's
Trophy
on.
winner.
Make sure he's on the show Wednesday to pick that game.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm right here. I asked the pressing question. This is a question that needs to be answered.
Yeah.
That is a
Gonna be.
great question. I didn't even think about it.
Oh yeah, he didn't think about it. It's like
I'm
written down on
probably-
his mirror.
I'm probably leaning more toward Burrow, just because people keep
Front
talking
runner!
bad about him. Like this, and I got his jersey and everything. Like, you know, I'm probably leaning more toward that way.
And the Bengals aren't in the NFC.
That's also correct. Yes, also correct.
That'll knock Washington out of first place, right, Coach?
Yeah, it's three-way tie right now.
That's crazy thinking Washington is right here at the top. I don't like it.
Week 2, 3 about to be 3. Man.
All right, man. Let's take a look at the rankings in college football.
That's not right.
It's not the right one.
No, sir.
Texas is number 1.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness!
He just picked the one that LSU was the highest one, I think.
I just picked the first one I saw. That's what I did. I picked the first one I saw.
I love you for that.
Yeah, do
That's
what
what
you gotta
we
do.
did. So it's the AP.
Arch
poll.
is good, man, but he ain't no Nico.
Oh, he's like third in the Heisman race right now, Will.
Yes, he is. I called that. I called that before he was even in college.
It's going to be nice seeing who's in the Heisman race next year when it's going to be between Nico and Lagway.
Arch. It would be Nico, Lagway, Arch.
It's going to be fun.
Lagway won't be in the run though.
Oh, he's
like,
got
not
it,
past,
man.
not past like the first couple weeks. I don't think we're gonna have a team good enough to support him.
Texas number 1, Georgia number 2, Ohio State 3, Alabama 4, Ole Miss 5, Tennessee 6, Missouri 7, Miami 8, Oregon 9, Penn State 10.
Hey, Coach, guess what?
Mhm.
I don't see Florida or LSU in the top 10. What's up?
Damn
Top
trash.
3, baby.
That's the top 10. Yeah, that's right.
I know.
That's fine. You don't have to be in the top 10 right now.
Hey, I
That's
saw
fine.
great news this. I saw great news this week. Everybody talking about getting rid of coach, not our coach, Billy. Oh, Billy dumbass.
Oh,
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 down
yeah.
there in the swamp.
Yep.
Yeah.
They call him because even though we weren't supposed to be that good this year, we're worse than that.
Worse than expected. Yeah, he's definitely a dead man walking.
So
I think they're trying to figure out who's going to lead the team for the rest of the season. The only reason he's still there.
between Mertz and Lagway,
Yep.
yeah.
Will's having Drake May thoughts here because he doesn't want Drake May on the field with this shitty offensive line. He's feeling the same way about Lagway.
Yeah, Lagway can chill. I'm glad Napier with the Florida, not LSU. Yeah, he got lucky.
for real though, man. We had people like, yo, we need to hire Billy Napier. He's right here in Louisiana. He's a great Louisiana coach.
Y'all got that much confidence in Kelly?
I'm just listen, he's a lot
He's
better
a
than
What
him.
happened was
He's a
what
lot better
happened
than him.
was
Look, we won the SEC West his first year.
you see the way my bank account is set up.
Because man, he's
We-
he's the boyfriend that took the sloppy seconds and ran with it, then lost it.
Yeah.
Hold on, man. Let me get y'all some facts here, man.
Here we
Y'all-
go.
Here's the facts.
I can tell you about
Hey,
Carr.
I'm
Y'all
going-
don't
I'm
listen
going
to
by-
Do
you.
you guys?
I'm going
I
by-
told y'all about
know,
Carr, right?
do you guys know that in 1998 Kelly went undefeated? Undefeated, I tell you.
I'm just going by the eye test, man.
While he's looking up these facts that might take a while to find because Brian Kelly's a bum,
Yeah, looking up headcanon.
We didn't play last week, so I understand why we stayed at 3 and didn't move up. But for how close of a game Georgia had with Kentucky, I'm surprised we at least didn't get a nod to get the number 2 because Georgia lost, just won by a point. They could have lost that game. It was unbelievable. Kentucky played a great game. I'll give them a light shout out, but I still hate them.
That's a valid point. That's a very valid point.
I feel like we could have jumped them because if Texas beat Michigan the way they did and jumped us, if Georgia barely won to an unranked bad Kentucky team, there ain't no way they should be 2. We should be 2, and they should be 3. But that's just me being the homer.
One of those teams, the SEC team, and the other one isn't.
Yeah, but we're awesome.
Let's just look at this right here. This is next
number
year's
1?
recruiting class. All right.
Oh, my man's living in the future.
Oh my God!
Why do you want to fire the guy in the top 5 for next year's recruiting class so you can lose all those recruits?
Hey, Will,
you might lose them anyway if y'all don't do nothing this season.
Well, you sure
We're
do
not
like
gonna
to
lose
talk.
them.
Well, you sure do like to talk a lot of shit about the SEC and Big Ten and this, but look who was number 1 in the recruiting class. That's the Buckeyes, baby.
Yeah, because people
Who
don't
doesn't
want to
play
go
for us?
in hard as SEC. They'd rather have the easy street in Ohio State and
It ain't
still
easy
not win
over
a
here.
championship.
We got tough teams in the Big Ten.
I'm sure you do. Keep them right out back with the other tough teams, right?
I
Kelly
got shit
came
to
in.
say.
He made some mistakes, like firing certain people. He corrected these mistakes, and it's gonna take a minute for these mistakes to get to get fixed. I mean, you can't just fix it overnight. I mean, unless you hit in the transfer portal, which we didn't, because we don't have that kind of money. We don't got that kind of cash.
Dale,
But I hope it takes a decade for what y'all did to Billy O, though.
What? Billy O? Who's Billy O?
No, Ed O. I'm sorry, Ed O.
Coach O.
Oh,
Coach O.
please. Ed O lived a life. All right. Ed O messed himself up. Chasing
Dale,
tail around campus.
I don't mean to bring up history here, but I'm gonna set you up for something so you can be ready for it. Brian Kelly likes to build up and leave right before the climax. He did it to Cincinnati. He did it to Notre Dame. And if he does that with LSU, which would be a miracle, he's going to leave right after he gets it right there. He's the ultimate edger, and he's going to do it to you guys too.
Edgelord.
He got 68 million reasons not to do that.
He'll still have that when he gets fired.
You're not going to get fired with $68 million left on the contract. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. I just said, unless you was not built like money like that.
Dale, he got plot armor. He's got plot armor. There's too much money in that shit.
Brian Kelly is the
definition
of a homie hopper. He'll be gone. Trust me. Give him like 4 more years, and he's gone.
Yeah, after he gets the bulk of that contract, then he's gonna fuck off.
Exactly.
Y'all recruiting class, it looks pretty decent. I noticed a trend on here though.
What's that?
It's only what'd you say, Will?
I said bitches.
Is there a bunch of Texas on there, Coach?
No, it's only 4.
Oh, that's crazy.
Bunch of Florida guys, though.
Oh, by the way, I did what Coach said. I went and looked at the roster of my team to go see where there were some Texas players. We've got one on the line, and our kicker's from Texas.
It's probably gonna be at least one on almost every roster.
Hey,
we're gonna get to this during the LSU preview there, Bobby, for sure.
You mean there's more LSU on this fucking show? Jesus Christ.
I'll give you that, Coach. You're right. The offensive and defensive linemen that come out of Texas, if any of them want to come up to Ohio and play for, OH, they're more than welcome because they are very, very good.
All right, let's talk Ohio State. They go up against Marshall, and they're a 40.5 point favorite there. What do you think?
This is the final. Well, not really the final tune-up game. We still got to play Michigan State, but this is sort of the final tune-up game before we go into the real rough part of our schedule. Because as soon as we're done with Marshall, and then we play Michigan State, we go against Nebraska, then Penn State, then Oregon, and then we just take on the bulk part of our schedule. That's the tough teams. Is Will likes to give me my quotations with it at the Big Ten. They're all highly ranked. They're all very good teams. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think you're going to see a whole lot of Will saying Jeremiah Smith's the greatest wide receiver in the league still. I think the running back's going to look great. It's one of those fine tune-up games that we need before we start hitting the bulk of our schedule. I'm feeling very confident they'll cover the spread, and can't wait for tomorrow. We didn't have a game last week. I need to see my boys play.
Anybody see the rumor of who's going to coach Florida next?
What's the rumor?
Chucky.
No shit.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Please no.
Let's go.
Please no.
No Chucky.
He ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it, man. Like
I hope not.
I'm telling you, bro. College football coaching is a grind, and
It's
that dude's been
nonstop,
in the
but,
NFL.
like, yeah,
about
but
that.
he's like a cocaine cowboy. Like his energy is that of a well-traveled nose sniffer.
He's not about to grind.
Trying to call
He
this
ain't
guy a
about to
lot
grind.
lizard.
Maybe.
Oh man.
Why is he not about the grind?
Because you need somebody young and hungry, man, to grind, bro. Like somebody with motivation. What's his motivation?
Winning.
He's already won a Super Bowl.
What's he done in college?
He's already paid. What's the grind? That's what happened to Ed O. He got to where
you just said what happened. You just said what happened to Edo. It had nothing to do.
Hey, he won that championship. That good life. I ain't got to coach this hard no more.
He got a bunch of equity and he got a bunch of equity from winning a championship, and he spent it on bitches.
Well, we can't talk tonight.
There you
Sorry,
go.
it's been bad for me.
My stutter's coming out bad. I stutter bad when I'm tired. So I'm sorry for everyone stuck listening to this.
All right, let's get to ULM at Texas. Texas is a 48-point favorite, coach. How you feeling about this one?
They shouldn't even show up, huh?
Arch Manning, starting quarterback.
No, they should show up. I think their head coach came out with the same sentiment we talked about earlier. That Arch didn't look that good in high school. So Arch go out there, ain't 50 on him if you can.
ULM is talking. How's it talking? He just said that. Oh, all he really said was yo, a couple of our kids played him in high school, and y'all just said this on this podcast. And y'all killing the man for telling the truth that y'all were just telling.
We ain't got to face him. Don't give him no bulletin board material. Because you got to think, probably going in and probably, anybody can get beat in any game, but you're going in like, that's ULM. No, they're probably going to go 2-3 deep out there. But now they got something to motivate. Let's go out here and win it for Arch.
I will go ahead and put $1 down that Arch will have one interception.
Oh, yeah.
Like 500 yards.
That's literally all I'm willing to bet is he will have at least one interception. I'm taking the plus 0.5.
ULM worried about Arch. They need to worry about who their DBs, who they're going to cover. The wide receiving core is 5 deep.
Yeah.
Anybody can get off.
and coach, I'm not going to lie to you. You were questioning it. I don't think there's anything to question about that running back room this year either.
Yeah. Blue gets hurt pretty. He's a starter right now. He gets a little banged up, but and then you got
he
two
killed
freshmen.
Michigan.
Yeah, but he was hurt that game. He was hurt last week.
Have y'all moved anybody to a running back?
No, we haven't had to. We haven't had to.
Okay.
We have 2 true freshmen playing. Two true freshmen. The backup is a starter, and they got a portal transfer guy that's in there. So they got 4.
Okay.
No, they got 4 guys in there, but they probably hadn't expected to have to burn those true freshmen this early.
Right. I got you. Okay.
We'll take it.
I'm more serious injuries leading the red shirts real soon.
I know, right? Whole thing with Arch. I'm excited to see how Arch does. I'm more excited to see what his defense does, because that defense was going to carry them through the Oklahomas, the Georgias, in a couple of weeks in back-to-back games.
Yeah, that's
I wouldn't even. I understand it's a rivalry, but I'm not really worried about Oklahoma at all this year. They just
never, bro. Never,
I
bro.
know. Will's literally coached me up too much about these damn rivalry games, and I don't see it. I feel like it's going to be an absolute schlacking.
Well, they thought that last year, and they beat us last year because we beat the snot out of them 2 years ago. They came in, and Gabriel did his thing. He's up at Oregon now, but you know what the whole thing behind Oklahoma is? A lot of those kids from Oklahoma are kids that Texas didn't offer.
Oh, so they
always have
play
a chip
against them
on.
hard.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
Yep.
they come in, with a target on y'all back.
And Texas, even say something miraculous happens and they are able to win out, or whatever the case may be, or still be in contention for the playoff, you still got A&M the last regular season game of the season as well. Those two games, OU and A&M, you throw records out the window.
You guys ever have Tech on your schedule, or is that not even a thought?
No, they're done. They're still in the Big 12.
Right.
Fair enough.
Okay. All right, man. Let's hit a quick break, and then we'll come back and talk about a couple more games. Be right back. What do you guys expect to see out of Nick Chubb coming off of an ACL?
I would not bet against Nick Chubb.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the Terminator. That fool in there squat. You see the weight he was squatting?
Stupid.
That rabbit just.
Yeah, dumb.
This is an emergency message. Stop what you're doing and hit the like button. Also comment and subscribe. Thank you. We now return you to your program.
All right, we are back with the SEC Pub. Let's look at our next matchup, which is UCLA coming to LSU. LSU is a 17.5-point favorite here. Every single thing I've heard about UCLA this season has been terrible. From Chip Kelly kind of leaving them high and dry, looking for a coach, to the coach that they found, like not being prepared at the media day press conference. It just sounds like they just kind of mailing it in. And there was a professional handicapper on another podcast earlier this week. I want to say he picked the score to be something like LSU 55 and UCLA 10 or something like that, man. So it was very, very lopsided. And with them being a 17.5-point favorite right now, I thought that was crazy, man. So you never thought to see UCLA drop so far. They just beat us in the Rose Bowl a few years ago. So it's a very different place that the programs are at right now. Now LSU coming off of a win at South Carolina. And South Carolina did show some flaws with the LSU offense as far as the defensive line pressure. But they could also just be pretty good players, right? Give them guys credit too. I don't like the thinking from, I guess, the public that, oh, LSU should have waxed these clowns, and because they didn't wax those clowns, LSU suck, and that's it, right? Like it's been what I've been picking up from just about everybody. But LSU was down 17-0, and they fought and came back like on a roll. To me, if this was a poorly coached team, like they give up. I've seen this. I've seen people just like quit on the team at LSU, and these kids fought and they played a lot better, and they shut SC down for the most part toward that second half. Don't get me wrong, LSU has to figure out stuff on defense. Yes. Now they will stuff the run. Oh crap. Dude just busted a 66-yarder for a touchdown. Like, where the hell that's coming from? I don't understand it. So they got to figure that crap out. And then on offense, for sure, I mean, we just need more consistency in that red zone because it's been multiple times this season that we've gotten to the red zone and come away with nothing. And that's infuriating, especially in I want to say the first quarter. I think we're down 20-something points on the season right now in the first quarter. So it's really that start. We need to get off to a fast start, and we're not doing that at all. So
y'all might now that you finally came to your senses due to injury and got your real running back in there.
We got Caden Durham in there. He showed up. And so the running back coach is also the assistant head coach of LSU, also the recruiting coordinator. Now, his motto that he tells to all the running backs, regardless of, like, see, he's been coaching LSU for years, right? He says the running back depth chart is written in sand. So every game it could be something different. Yes. And so I like that about him. And he's gonna play the hot hand. So I'm sure Caden Durham is gonna get plenty of opportunities. Right now, LSU only really has 3 scholarship running backs, that true running backs.
What's the saying that Jordan says, the meme that Jordan says? I took offense to that.
I took it personally.
I took it personally.
Caden's gonna take it personally. Knowing that kid and knowing the support system he's got behind him, he's gonna take that personally. So I'll probably say, I ain't gonna go out on a limb. I'll say by the end of the season, he will be your RB1 going into next year.
Okay. I like it. Because we were rooting for Caleb Jackson. That was the freshman from he's a sophomore now, but I want to say he's from Ohio, I believe. Where he's from? He's supposed to be like a big bruising kind of back. That's what we saw in training camp, and so far we haven't seen him truck anybody else yet. So, that's disappointing. But LSU really only has 3 scholarship running backs. We just moved a DB2 running back, who used to be a former quarterback in high school. And so that's really all the running backs we have.
Wow.
Yes. So it's a difference. That's what I'm telling you. It's a difference with the recruiting classes being held together and the talent, the amount of talent we get on a on a yearly basis. That is.
How long has Caleb been there?
Oh, this is third year.
Third year. So essentially, this is his recruits that are there now. Let me ask you this. What about you, other than that being your favorite team that you cheer for, stepping outside of that realm, what excites you about LSU football right now?
About LSU football? So, number one, this recruiting class I pointed out.
This team right now.
Oh,
what excites you about this team? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look, Kyron Lacey, Nussmeier, like those two really excite me.
I can't tell if Nuss is good or if Lacey's really good, because a lot of these plays are just him making a fucking play.
We've even got more wide receivers making plays. Now we got Aaron Anderson making plays. And this is another guy from New Orleans that I was hoping to see him return kicks last season, but like you see, he messed up the punt, and so they're never giving him a chance.
You get one, like Spider-Man. You get one.
What do you think your record's going to be this year?
I think we end up with 3 losses on the season. And I picked 2 losses, but I was counting a win versus USC. So that didn't happen. So I'm saying 3.
Okay.
So there'll be 2 SEC losses.
And I was just curious because I created a monster.
This is your fault, Dale. You put me on, man. This is all you.
You know what's crazy?
I,
He's got to get this all out too because he didn't do any drops on the tap out until the end of the show.
I didn't. I got distracted. When I have to run the show, I can't also be a menace.
He's got some stuff to get out.
Stuff off my
so Bob says 8 games, maybe 9. So maybe either 9-3 or 8-4.
Yeah, I'm saying 9-3.
We're gonna revisit this. Because my question is, I've only seen 2 of the LSU games so far, and I was like, yeah, I guess it's not what I expect of LSU branded football.
And it is mostly because the defense is itself rebuilding because we had the worst defense in the world.
Under whose watch? Under whose watch?
Yes. Under Kelly's watch, yes.
Okay.
He hired a bad coordinator. He hired bad assistants.
Okay.
Hey,
and they also probably didn't pick the right talent.
Hey, Belichick did that 1 year, and 2 years later he was gone. And he's a goat. So
his expertise is on the offensive side of the ball. So the quarterback, the offensive line, and the tight end position, all of which have done wonders under him. They come a long way. But yeah, he's messed up with his defense coordinator hire and those assistants. He definitely.
So here's the thing. Y'all are a blue blood program.
Mm-hmm.
Blue blood programs, if you don't make the right choices like that, it can take you years to get it right. There, how Texas folded after Colt McCoy's time frame.
Yeah,
they went through 3 coaches until they finally got started. Got to be careful with that because your fans, your boosters, they got expectations. If you are a blue blood program, you gotta be careful with that.
Yeah, but I mean, look, LSU has the tradition of that 3rd year. Usually, the coach wins a championship. It happened with Edo. It happened with Nick Saban. It happened with Les Miles. Okay. That's what we were expecting to happen. I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think so either because all of those teams had one very similar thing in common, which was the talent on their team will allow you to do that. I don't think now after next year we just saw your recruiting class. After that recruiting class, we could see, but they all have to pay it out for this to work.
Yeah, and that's the part. That's the pressure on him. They've got to pan out. If they don't pan out, y'all gonna get a little antsy down there. You're gonna start hearing some rumblings. And then that's when the cycle goes.
It's still not going to be financially
come
feasible.
Out and it's fucking chaos.
It's still not going to be financially feasible. Like this dude has a 10-year contract. Okay, LSU's not. They don't have that kind of money. They just pay off the coach like that. They don't have that kind of money.
If I had to go and have fun with a little bit because I don't really ever talk at LSU, I went into this year thinking Nussmeier was a terrible quarterback. I didn't like him. I didn't like anything about him. But according to his stats say otherwise right now. This guy's thrown out the total of 116 passes and connected on 81 of them. He almost has 900 yards already this year and has only thrown 2 picks. His efficiency's there, but something's obviously missing to where they're not doing it. And that, like Will said, it's probably the defense because your offense can only keep you in the game so long because the defense is supposed to make a stand. So after, doing my little bit of research here I've had for 10 minutes, yeah, your defense is holding you back.
Yeah, and that's a rebuilding project. Now,
Still think Nussmeier's a
bum. You don't get slack, right? Because at the end of the day, this was your decision to come here and hire that defensive coordinator that sucked.
Upset alert.
What was the upset?
Where?
Fighting Illini beat Nebraska
tonight.
Well, they're both ranked. Well, it's not really an upset.
I don't know. They are both ranked. And they're like 22 and 24, but it's still an upset because they were the higher seed.
So yeah, this is NFL draft buzz.
Illinois, bro.
So you got Quinn Ewers on top, followed by Shador Sanders, Carson Beck, Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, Miller Moss, Dillian Gabriel, and then Nussmeier's right there.
He's
Like
right
this-
there, number 8.
I mean, look, how many quarterbacks get drafted, bro?
Hold on, go back down.
He's almost halfway to the top. It's like he's right there.
Stop.
Top 10.
Okay, let's see. Boasts exceptional arm talent, thrives under pressure, showcasing the ability to deliver pinpoint passes for both clears. I have not seen the under pressure thing and
Hey, slow down
showcasing
a
the
bit.
ability to deliver. Nah.
Scroll down a
Pinpoint
bit. Let's
passes, I
see all
wouldn't
the
say
guys
that.
he's ahead of. Let's see all these studs
Jalen?
he's ahead of.
Jalen Milrow.
Fafita.
Milrow?
Yeah. Man.
Who's the Penn
Looks
State
like
guy?
he's at the end of the line for the good quarterbacks in the league.
Who's the Penn State guy, Dale?
I don't know.
Oh, he's
Drew
not that
Aller?
good, though.
Drew
I
Aller?
couldn't see the name.
Yeah. Aller.
Yeah,
I think someone's starting over him right now, ain't they?
I don't know about that.
If
I'd have
so,
to
because
look.
of injury.
But I mean,
Yeah,
look,
man.
this if you got a quarterback up here, man, like you got a quarterback up here. Like this, the guy's okay. He's definitely not a terrible quarterback. This is his first year. You gotta give him a year at least. I mean, gosh.
How many? Let me see. That's
Right,
a whole.
Bobby.
Never mind.
Coach don't even
Yeah,
want to touch it.
I got trouble in paradise. Look at this. Trouble in paradise.
No, I agree
Wow.
with you, Bob.
I can't believe that game went. Okay. I was distracted by the podcast, and now I missed the game. Shoot.
Yeah, no, but hey, but Will, to add to that, that's also a conference game.
Yeah.
Those two? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just
they're both in
like
Big Ten.
Illini is solid team, but like Nebraska with Raiola and Rule, they're not supposed to lose that game.
All right, let's get to our final game here. Florida is a 7-point favorite going to Mississippi State.
I'll
Will,
shoot.
how you feeling about this game?
We're already 2 losses in. The playoff is over. I hope our guys. I want to see more Lagway. I want to see him out there. DJ needs to just whatever. Give him the reins. He's been playing now. He seems to be able to hold up in the SEC. So let him play.
This is
Don't
the
feel
only
bad for
game.
Mertz.
This is the
You
only
got
game.
2 losses.
Huh?
You got 2 losses. If you run the table, you get in.
Hey, Coach, you know what's funny?
What's that?
Yeah.
This is the only gamer praying for a lag.
Only
Is it?
gamer playing for a lag.
His name's Lagway.
Oh, yeah, that was a really bad dad joke.
I'm tired. I already emptied the chamber for the day. Give me a break. I thought it was funny though.
Well, stop.
He
shooting
already,
that shit there.
he already shot his load.
All right, look, if you ran out of bullets, stop pulling the triggers. All I'm saying.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I had to throw it out there.
He's fucking Tom Hanks at the end of Saving Private Ryan, shooting at a tank with nothing in the gun.
All right, but
Yeah, this should be a win, but like,
okay.
I don't know if anything should be a win for my Gators right now. We're not a should be winning type of team. So,
There's one thing that you can guarantee at Gator games, and it's the fans chanting fire or whatever the coach's name is.
Billy, yeah, Napier needs to go. Go Gayers. I really hope go Gayfers. No, that was intentional. I thought maybe it was a typo. Chip, you savage, but apparently not. Apparently, you're just an asshole. Shout out to you, Chip. I appreciate that's funny.
Well, what's been the news on the
Fucking
starting
shit.
quarterback situation in Florida?
What was that?
What's been the news on the starting quarterback
They
situation?
don't. It's Billy. He doesn't know what he's doing. He has no idea what he's gonna do. Every day we hear a new story. Oh well, we don't think Mert should lose the job like this, and then it's like, but Lagway's playing so great. It's like y'all don't even know what the fuck y'all want to do you? I can't wait till Billy's gone.
Billy wants to start CTE.
I want to give me a high school coach. I don't even care. Just something different. Let's switch it up. We've been going with. I don't know what happened. I assume it was all the criminals that Urban had playing for him. under Jesus, football Jesus, which is the weird. Can you believe that they had football Jesus playing with basically a bunch of Judases?
Right.
Unreal.
Exactly.
But I think
He was
since
hoping they could all
then,
turn him to Christ.
yeah, he had no chance. Water in the wine, not good humans.
Did he try though?
Good.
Did he try? That's what I want to know.
He was
I'm
the only
sure
one
he
that
tried.
Circle Dale.
I'm sure he tried. It's Tebow, man. He's the walking cross.
He's a consummate professional that wants everyone to walk with God, but everyone just stays
did
behind.
anybody watch the
No,
thing
I watched
on
some
Hulu?
of it, and realized that they weren't telling a fraction of the story, and I was like, yeah, I'm out.
If I wanted to
Oh,
know about
really?
it, I just watched Cam. I just watched the Cam podcast.
You'll learn way more about that Florida team. Seriously, Cam's doing tell-alls right now. They're not books, but they're just podcasts, and he's just giving away all the tea on the teams he used to play on and shit like that. And Gators is one of them.
And
Can
he's
you imagine
doing it
if
with
that shit
comedy. It's making it so much better.
Could you
What did he
imagine
say
if
about the Gators?
Oh, just that. Well, for starters, everyone thinks that like he got in trouble and that's why he left. It wasn't. He got in trouble and then he also left. They actually weren't connected, really.
Okay.
But it was still stupid. I wish he would have stayed. Can you imagine?
Would have been insane.
With Cam and
That might
Tebow?
have- How many years in a row championships that would have been, Will?
Tebow would have left and then it would have been Cam.
No,
Cam
not
would've
3
got
years in
2
a row
years
because they
with us.
lost that last year.
I believe Cam would have got 2 years. He could have redshirted and then Cam would have got, I think, 2 years with us. Instead of 1 year in JUCO, 1 year at Auburn, it would have probably just been 2 more championships for Florida. What can you do?
Who ended up taking that starting job once Tebow left? A schmuck?
Oh my God, was it Driscoll? It might have been Jeff Driscoll, my least favorite Gator of all time.
It wasn't. No,
He's
Trask
still
is
in the
too recent.
Trask is more
It
recent.
might have been Driscoll. Yeah, Trask is more recent. You hated him. God, you hated him.
Who, Trask?
You hated him.
Oh, I hated Trask, but the funny thing is you just didn't know me for the Driscoll state. I hated him so much more. Driscoll was awful.
If Cam hadn't done what he did, we never would have got to this gym.
In the building, I'm real hot, to the ceiling, on TV, it don't matter. I'm talking boys, talking about child. Here we go. I need a chill. After this game,
Why is he dancing like that?
I'm going on top of the dome, on my car. I got you ain't got no.
So he ain't got no
Jake at
car.
homecoming.
That motherfucker had in like the next season he had a Range Rover. The minute he went to Auburn. Oh, that's funny.
Oh man. Okay.
He still might be the greatest athlete I've ever seen in college. I didn't get to watch both, so
I told you that. I brought up that one subject for the.
You didn't get to watch who?
What's one player?
Bo. I didn't get to watch
one
Bo
player you
Jackson
want
in
to go?
college.
What player would you like
I
to
know
go
that.
back and see play in their prime again in college? And I'd pick Cam Newton because I'd pick him every time.
Hey,
So I'd go see Bo though.
man, Bo was a beast.
Barry's who I really
Walker.
want to see in college.
Herschel Walker was a beast.
Yeah. Herschel Walker.
Eric Dickinson was the real deal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how nobody killed Dickerson. He ran so high.
Can touch him.
He's too fast. That guy's running standing straight up. But
He ran like a gazelle.
He'll never catch him.
And I think he still owes A&M a Trans Am.
Really?
They bought a allegedly they bought a Trans Am.
Right.
And then
But SMU paid more.
yeah. Them ponies, man. He went to the ponies. Yo, so wait,
Right.
so Dickerson was on the teams that got them the death penalty.
Yes.
He's the main reason, I'm guessing.
He's one, yeah. It was him. Then the backfield was Dickerson and Craig James.
Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, that was a $1 million backfield.
Michael Carter was on the defensive line from the 49ers.
Damn.
And that team was so good that they couldn't play at the on campus. They moved the games to Texas Stadium. It was so many fans coming to the games.
It was also a party. That was the closest thing that we saw. It was the closest thing that we saw to the nightclub that was the U when they were doing their thing.
Very close to that. You know, I never. I guess because I was really young at the time, I only knew the stars.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know until as an adult, like last 3, 4, 5 years, who the head coach of that team was.
Who?
He was New England's coach back in the day.
Pete Carroll? No.
Myers.
Thinking about Will before Will's time here.
Yeah, you got me. You have to find out.
Completely off-topic question though. Coach
Who was the
was
quarterback of that team.
Huh?
My fault. I cut Jake off, but I said, who was the quarterback to that SMU team? Anybody special?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it was more of a running game back then. Go ahead,
Right.
Jake. My fault.
Was Ricky part of that Vince Young team that won the championship? No.
No, his backfield was Sylvan Young and was the starter, and the backup was a freshman Jamal Charles who was untouchably fast.
So Ricky was before him then, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Ricky played with Makovich. That was tough. That was tough times. And
Ditka traded 3 drafts for that kid to go to the Saints. Oh, that's right. Wait, was it Ditka who did the trade though?
Yep, that was Ditka.
That was your
Ditka just
best
wanted
trade,
to play
right?
golf, man.
That was your favorite trade, right, Dale?
Ditka wanted to play golf, man.
Were you happy when they made that deal, or were you not even a
Hell
Saints
no,
fan?
man. Hell no.
I wish I was serious in the college football to be able to see the Ricky at Texas days. I heard it was fun.
It was.
It was, but I got to watch better backs than Ricky growing up. I feel I seen some better backs, in my opinion.
I think if I had to go homer for a player that if I had to pick an Ohio State player to go back and see during their prime, I'd watch
Archie
Terrell
Griffin
Pryor again.
Okay.
Who?
I would say Archie Griffin.
Wait, but who did he say?
Coach, you got to remember, I'm much younger than you. If I could go back and watch a player play for my time that I was able to watch, I'd go back and watch Terrell Pryor.
It was Ron Meyer.
Oh, Ron Meyer. Okay.
And I think after the death penalty came through, he went and coached New England.
I still can't get over Jake saying he'd go back to watch people who have only retired like a couple of years ago.
They played at Ohio State forever ago. I like Beanie Wells too. Beanie Wells was fun. I remember seeing him in Arizona in the Super Bowl.
And that's why I say Archie Griffin, because I never saw him play.
Right.
Yeah.
But I like to consider myself as a historian, though. I love
enough.
just the facts and stuff like that.
You know, funny enough, the only reason I like Beanie Wells is because of his name. I thought it was a fun name when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So we can alter that same little game. Who is a player you would want someone younger than you to have seen? So
Go ahead and say Archie Griffin for me.
No, well, that's ridiculous. For me, I would want that's so far like neither of us. But for me, I would want like Jake to see prime Peter Warwick at Florida State.
Okay.
That shit didn't make no sense. He wasn't even that fast. You couldn't tackle him.
Mm-hmm.
Human joystick. Crazy.
No, it's for me it's watching like primetime highlights with Barry Sanders was running because bro, we used to tape primetime back in the day, bro.
Yeah. Barry had 2,000 in college one year, right?
Yeah.
He's a horse. He was 5'8".
And you know what's crazy about that team is when Coach Switzer was at Oklahoma, they were telling them to not hurt the starting running back because they had a freshman that was better than him. And you know who the starting running back was?
Who?
Thurman Thomas.
That's right. It was Thurman.
Yeah.
And still, smart call, coach. Like smart call coach. Smart call coach. Attaboy.
If I had a guy that I would want you guys to go check out, Marcus Dupree of Oklahoma.
I knew because of that motherfucking 30 for 30 was amazing. He was like,
was that the dude that wore the glasses?
Oh, the running back. Yeah.
There was a bunch of great 30 for 30s, but that was like the first one that was like people was like, oh shit,
has an edge of your seat.
Yeah.
Like this because I think so few people knew how nasty he was. Like it was literally the people who were big fans in that 3 to 4 years. No one else seemed to know about Marcus Dupree. That 30 for 30 was straight. Yeah.
So wait, Marcus Dupree, he was the guy that had the big spectacles, but he also his career ended early because of injury, right?
I believe.
I believe so.
Yeah, he was like
I believe so. That was the injury. And he left Oklahoma because he got homesick.
Did you just like randomly do that, or did you remember the name of the 30 for 30? Because I'm pretty sure that was the name of the 30.
Yeah, I believe that's the name of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
The
best that never
was. Let me see.
I think Coach Squirter said he was probably the only recruit he's ever had that could have went straight from high school to the pros.
I know another one.
Ran for OU as well.
Also,
and it's crazy. He wanted to go to UT, and they messed it off.
There's even one that went to Jake's school. That's kind of a best that ever was, because he played himself trying to beat the system. Maurice Claret.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That kid was
his career before he even got started.
Yep.
That was another good 30 for 30. I think he had one.
Yeah, his was
probably
good.
Does have one.
It was less fun for me because I knew the whole story already, basically. I knew what he tried to do. He tried to challenge the rule about how early you can leave, and he lost.
Yeah.
Who and the thing about it, it was somebody else came out with him that year that was trying to challenge. It was a receiver.
Shit. Same school? No.
Different school, I believe.
Fascinating. We need a stat boy. We need somebody.
They got caught up in the hype.
We need Jamie. Pull this up, Jamie. Oh, I
think they really didn't want to go to school too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole
He was hanging out with Russian mobsters, wasn't he?
Yeah, because Claret wasn't necessarily the smartest guy.
Yeah.
No, he's a really good running back though.
And look, I get it, man. School ain't for everybody, man. But you know,
the thing is,
that's why
the decent GPA and good academics shows that you can learn, study film, read, do this. Claret wasn't going to be able to do that, but he, like Will said, damn good running back.
Yeah,
it's not that hard to run straight.
Like leagues like the UFL would change.
Yeah, be a different thing.
Recruiting. Yeah, because I thought they were going to just get kids straight out of high school. You know, here's some money.
Mississippi State lost to freaking Toledo last week, 41-17. I didn't see that just now. Yeah, Mississippi State sucks.
Isn't that where Dak went? Mississippi State.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dakota.
He was a beast. Right. He actually had them number one there at one point.
Don't forget the rain.
Yeah, he did.
But then again, he was a running quarterback then too.
He was. Sure was.
That was the interesting time in college.
This should be a fun week. Watch some football and have some good times. Hopefully the freaking weather will change to fall and leave us the hell alone down here in the South. This heat crap is ridiculous.
Yeah, man, it was 93 in Cincinnati today. I was miserable.
Dang. All right.
Gross.
Mike Williams.
I bet Will had a brisk 84.
Mike
Will's
Williams.
got a beanie on.
Oh, Mike Williams, the receiver for don't tell me
USC.
I was gonna get it. Yeah, Mike from USC. He actually ended up not fucking his career up though. He went to the league at least.
Yeah, he was the 10th round pick.
Wait,
I think he backed out early though. I think he was there with him, but I think he kind of saw the writing on the wall, like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, he took it all the way. With I don't know. I would. When you think back now, like he probably should have won. Like I don't like. Why can't he leave if he's ready for the NFL? Why not let him go? Stupid. Yeah. They basically made a rule so that they don't make dumb decisions.
Yeah, that's what those rules are for. That's exactly what
that was a 2005 draft. You know somebody who because they know the NFL has a rule you have to be 3 years removed from your high school class. That's why they didn't let them declare. But there was one guy who only played 2 years.
Green.
Nope.
Wide receiver from Missouri, I believe, was the other guy.
Nope.
That wasn't him?
Not in that draft. He's a wide receiver. He played 2 years, but he was able to come in early because he went to a prep academy after high school.
Was it Charles Rogers?
Larry Fitzgerald.
Fitzy. Damn, he only did 2 at Pitt because I was killing with him in NCAA. But
Yeah, right. He could not be stopped.
Every play that he made at Pittsburgh was like this. He was catching bombs over his shoulder. Yeah, that kid was. Oh man, Larry was a joy to watch. Underrated speed too. People just think he's slow, but I tell people,
I'll be quiet. I go down a rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, I mean, watch that cross in the Super Bowl.
Did he finally fully retire?
Yeah.
I mean, you never know with that guy.
First ballot.
He could suit up tomorrow and get some catches.
You might.
Imagine if he had ever had a real, other than Kurt Warner, he never really had a quarterback.
Right, didn't. And he never complained about it. It's probably why he never got one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think if Carson Palmer would have went straight to the Cardinals instead of Oakland, they might have had a small chance. But Carson was pretty much done by that point.
I've always said, not like a whole career-wise, because they didn't spend all the time together, but just for that frame of years where Anquan and Larry were on the same team, that's one of the best receiving duos of all time.
Yes, absolutely.
Like the only ones that come close or that are above would probably be Reggie Wayne and Harrison, Holt and Bruce, and then you're gonna have like the 2 years of Randy Moss and Chris Carter was unbelievable.
Rice and Taylor.
Rice and Owens.
Yeah, I guess you can call it, but like when Rice was with Owens, Owens wasn't Owens yet.
Look,
he actually didn't become that until Rice was gone.
The year that they went against Pittsburgh was the only real full year that he had to win the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that just because he was there, but they had everything. They had good corners. They had Carlos Dansby, a young Carlos Dansby on that team. I forgot the defensive tackle they had. On offense, they had 2 running backs. That Beanie Wells was on there, and I'm forgetting the guy's name. It wasn't Mendenhall. It was something like that as the starter. The line was good. Kurt Warner might have been old. I mean, that team was the most stacked it could have been.
Did they have Edge?
Edgerrin James, yeah.
Yep.
That was the Super Bowl starting back.
Yeah, Edge. Woo, that kid was nasty. I remember everybody like, oh man, Marshall Faulk is leaving, and then they went and got a back who's almost as good with Edgerrin James. It was crazy.
Yep.
Replace a Hall of Famer with a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. It's always fun when you can pull that off.
Yeah, for sure. All right, y'all. Hitting the outro. See y'all next week.
Remember to follow us on social media at BSN Beer Media. Also, smash the like button on YouTube and share with friends.